Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I feel like as soon as I've uploaded a new one, it's already ready time for another monthly flip through. So this time we will be looking at July in my journal. As usual, I am using a Take a Note A5 um, in the English version. So my color for July was an orange that I mixed myself. Let's look at the recipe. It is diamond yellow, 10 drops, turquoise, 2 drops, scarlet, 3 drops, gray, zero point 0.5, and 16 drops of water. So compared to the orange from March, this one is more orange leaning, while the one from March was more pink leaning, but still orange. Not much happened in July in terms of stuff that I did. That meant I had a lot of decorative space. I found one of these Dolce Vita girls, still the same loop that I got from Maddie from Hello Naya. I still have one of them left, and it's been 2 years or 3 years since she gave me a loop. So that tells you how much I've been using these. Now let's go to the weeklies. Oh, it's here. This is the transition from June to July. June was a purple ink, July is a orange ink. So I try to combine both colors in the weekly spread where I am transitioning from one month to the other. And you'll see that the orange elements are coming back in from this pressed flower, but then the purple elements are in the paper. And same for here, there's some orange ink, but then also some purple decoration. Um, oh yeah, there was a heat wave. I see. Was very happy about that. It's finally a bit warm. I run cold very quickly, so heat waves mean that I am finally comfortable. So heat wave, that's also the only time it was hot this month. Um, we had a outing with my work, so we went to a farm and we had a bunch of activities. I won first place at laser shooting. I'm still very proud of it. And then a rest weekend. I've had a lot of weekends where I only rested. This one was quite chill. And the second week of July, this is seriously my favorite in terms of decoration. I use the stickers from Amiru. She gifted them to me also, I think last year. She makes these amazing illustrations and the sticker sheet. I'm pretty sure she drew this herself because she can see, if you were to zoom in, you can see the pen strokes on where she colored it in. It's really cool. And I combined it with the Madaichi stamps. These stamps are generally my favorite. I find them very versatile, and they combine very well with floral elements, in my personal opinion. So the main point of this week is that I wanted to highlight the orange color, and I mostly wrote in print except for the first letter of every entry. So I started Monday with A, unfortunately, so the U is in cursive, but then everything else is in print. So U, A for Tuesday, I for Wednesday. Thursday was also an I, Friday today, Saturday with an M for meh, and Sunday for a very chill day. I must say with these type of entries, I am quite conscious when I make the entry, especially when I decide to make the first letter cursive. I don't want to start every entry with I because then it would be I, which, obviously it's a journal. I am talking about myself, but still it's a bit weird. So I choose my entry, the starting word of my entry very consciously. So they're all different. Yeah, there's not much to say. I knitted my first sock. I finished knitting my first sock on this Saturday. my first time knitting socks. You can see here a work in progress. This is my second pair of socks I'm knitting. This is a gift knit. I really like this color. I know I'm not a fan of blue, but this specific color of blue is really nice, which make matches with the spread. Oh, and I chose blue stickers because blue is complementary to, well, not really, but a little bit complementary to orange. It's actually blue and yellow, but I didn't want to do, obviously I didn't have yellow ink and I didn't want to do a green spread. So it became, wait, is it green? No, actually according to the color wheel on my wall, green is complementary to orange instead of purple. Why am I thinking purple with orange? Anyway, I am not very good with color theory. This is the third week of July. I had a lot of fun decorating this spread. I mm, don't remember. I don't think I did this on stream. No, I'm quite certain I did not do this on a Twitch stream. I sat behind my PC. I watched stationary YouTubers, and then I decorated these two pages. Um, this motif, so a circular motif, is what I have been using for a while when it comes to eye measurements that I have. I started several years ago and I've continued. I think it's a nice, at least I notice it in my spreads, but probably no one else does. This is a day where I went for an eye measurement. My eyes are completely fine. I was dismissed as a patient. I'm very excited about this. So anyway, I added the circular motif and then I used the washi tape. They are different. So here they are strips that I attempted to cut straight but didn't go very straight. And then in the second half of the week, I ripped up the strips, and that's why it is more of a ripped effect. I also thought it matched well with the shoes of this Dudululu person, caricature, character, character. What else can I say about this? I am really happy with this side of the page. My entry for Saturday is actually really short. I'm not even sure if anyone noticed, but it says too tired vertically. But then the entry for Sunday is nice, and I like how the character looks at the entry for Sunday. What I don't like is this side of the page. I don't like that I wrote cursive in my colored ink. I have learned over the past couple of years that I don't particularly like colored ink in cursive or cursive in colored ink. I like cursive in black ink and print in colored ink. Print in black ink is also fine. It's just, I don't know. I find colored ink looks better in pink, in what? No, in print. So this, I really like how this looks. I just don't like how this looks. And I keep making this mistake because, well, it's not really a mistake because again, here it is cursive and I don't like it. And I think I also did another one here for Saturday. So yesterday's entry is also in colored ink, is also in cursive. I don't hate it as much because it's brown and it's quite neutral, but still, I think I would have liked it more if it was in print. I keep doing it. I should really stop. No, nothing is gonna happen if I continue, obviously. I'm just gonna keep complaining about myself. Let's think. What else do I want to say about this? Not much. I don't know. I really like this layering washi tape with PT tapes and paper. And then when I made this the next week, as you saw, I once again used another Doodle Lady because like, I have them, let me use them. And this entry, these two pages, I haven't posted them on Instagram because I like this part, but then I don't like these two parts. Again, it's a journal. It doesn't matter. It is my journal. No one cares whether or not it's aesthetically pleasing, but I care and I don't like how it looks. So I didn't post it and I don't really want to talk about it because it feels so unbalanced. And unfinished. Like it feels messy. Okay, let's continue. This one, on the other hand, I really liked. I use this. Oh, I forgot the brand. It's a Korean brand. I think of grit paper, and then I am forgetting all of these brands. Brown Market tape. A At this point, I should really remember because people keep telling me what brand this is. Oh no. Nope, I don't remember. Well, this brand and another piece of paper that I found. And I looked when once I put it together without the text, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted um, this page to be, but this page didn't happen how I imagined it in my head. But this page is exactly what I wanted it to be. So the entry for Tuesday is very short. The entry for Saturday, actually for the weekend, is a couple lines. But then for Friday, I have like the black cursive. I wrote a lot, and this feels like me. Like this entire page with all the white space surrounding it. It's just perfect. It feels balanced. It's in the diagonal of the page, and it doesn't feel like there's too much orange ink on both sides. It's just the perfect amount. I don't know. These two pages make me extremely happy. And then we're already in the final week of July. I have to say, I didn't journal that much for July. You'll see that quite some entries are short. Like this entry is very short. This entry is short. This is a 2-day entry in 4 or 5 lines. Short entries, very short entry. I have been exhausted, and usually when I'm exhausted, I don't do much. My life is mostly work. I don't really journal about my work. I mostly journal about thoughts that I have or events, stuff that happened. And sometimes there's just not much to say. Like on Monday, I worked, and then after work, I sat in the couch and I knitted. Like this is just a normal day. There's not much to say about it. So yeah, July was a very minimal journaling month. Oh, another very short entry that says yay weekend. So typical. Um, when I was decorating for this week, because I pre-decorated this week, I already knew that it would be a week where I would also be quite tired. So I just used simple, some sort of fern PT tapes with another some sort of fern character tape. And I just combine them because I think the colors go very well together. It's the nice transition of orange to brown that I'm using for August. And yeah, I think it turned out very well. I haven't written an entry for today just yet. Oh, I placed in Cafe Analog order that arrived. I got this Big Hands bird stamp. I just swatched it here, so I know it arrived on this day, but there's not much to say about it. I haven't really used it yet. Um, the entries for this is a cool detail that I forgot to highlight. Almost forgot to highlight. The entries for Tuesday and Wednesday are stacked in Wednesday, but for Tuesday it starts with a T, and for Wednesday it starts with a W. This was actually very intentional. And I sat here and I thought, how can I start my entries so it is clear that the entry for Tuesday is on top and the one from Wednesday is on bottom? And I was like, okay, then I want the entry to start with the letter of the day in orange. But then how could I reformulate what I want to say? Anyway, it worked. So Tuesday starts with today and Wednesday starts with Y. But this is something I am actually very happy that it turned out exactly how I had it in my head. This is the end of July in my journal, just as a weekend. Again, nothing super special. And then I started the August journaling, which there's not much to say about. Other than that, I already said that I should stop writing, bless you, Roof, that I should stop writing cursive in colored ink because I don't enjoy it. Um, Otherwise, there's not much to say. That's it. Thank you so much for coming to this very short video. I hope you enjoyed, and I Look forward to talking to you next month. Bye bye.